Willie D Live.
Yeah.
And
So when you did Sugar Sugar with Frankie J,
hmm
right? How did that song come about?
I had that song. We were just mobbing up and down. I was going to work with the Cumbia Kings. There's a big group. Selena's brother had a group called the Cumbia Kings, and Frankie was a member. But I really hung out with DJ Kane, the other singer up there. So we'd always talk about doing songs, and me and Frankie would say, "Yeah, us too," you know. And I went to San Diego to do something, and I said, "Frankie, I got some beats." Happy Perez gave me a CD full of beats. Happy Perez, one of the biggest producers in the game right now. It's crazy, pop, everything. But we went to. He said, "Let's go to a studio." We got the studio. We knocked out like 4 songs, and Sugar Sugar was one. But I still thought I was like on dope house type shit. Like I wanted hard shit. Like I thought it was too soft, right? I said it's cool, but it's kind of soft. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to be this fucking hard rapper type
Mm-hmm.
dude, right? And then my pockets was hurting at the, you know what I mean? And people would always say, "Do a song for the ladies. You got a lot of girlfriends. Do a song for the radio." Man, fuck that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And then finally, I said, "I got this song called Sugar Sugar, man. Check this one out," because I was broke. And it's so crazy. Is Corpus Christi. I took it to my boy Ed O'Conyers, who happened to be a program director in Corpus. Gave him the CD. It was a demo, and he played it. And he called me 4 days later and said, "Man, this Sugar Sugar song is blowing up on our phone lines." Because that's when phone lines were still in, people calling in. And I was like, "Man, it's called Lifted. It wasn't even called Sugar Sugar. It's called Lifted, man." "No, we're calling it Sugar Sugar over here. It's too late." I'm like, "Fuck." He said, "If you want to call Lifted, I won't play it." I said, "Man, it's called Sugar Sugar, man." So he played that shit. And that's when all the labels started calling and shit. And yeah, and that's how it happened so weird because I had that song for about a year, but I thought it was soft, which it is. It's like a lovey-dovey song.
Mm-hmm.
But and that changed my life. I finally let it out. I finally stopped trying to be Mr. fucking hard dude and went for the ladies. And I was like, "Oh shit, they like this, huh? Let me write another motherfucking one." You know what I mean? And
Right.
baby, I'm back. And I start, you know what I mean? And it's called supply and demand. If they, you know what I mean? If they demand it, I'll supply it.
Right. And
And the
you,
rest is history.
out of all the songs that you wrote for Carlos, which one of those songs you wish you had kept for yourself?
Probably Wiggy Wiggy, man. Wiggy Wiggy was my song.
Yeah.
Wiggy Wiggy, we'd be in the studio. Carlos would be out doing it, you know what I mean? He was blowing up that he would have to do all kind of, she'd be everywhere. So we'd be at the studio recording and we was working on my album. And I had 3 verses to Wiggy Wiggy already. And then he would come in and he'd listen, "What are y'all working on?" "Oh, check this out. I got this song for my album, bro." Wiggy Wiggy Wiggy. He started laughing and shit because it's kind of funny. He said, "Oh, let's put this on my album." I said, "What?" "Yeah, I got an album getting ready to come out. Let's put it on there. We'll give you 1 verse." So I just kept my verse on it, and I was like, "Cool." And he just took my other 2 off and wrote his, and he put it out, and that shit hit. Do you remember the radio 107? Was it 107.9? 107, 104 point. I forgot. It was Homie Marco. Do you remember Homie Marco was a DJ, and he
Yep.
had this station. It was kind of like a Latin hip hop almost station from a Mexican station, and it started blowing it up every 30 minutes. He played Wiggy
That was
Wiggy.
104.9.
104.9 exactly.
Yeah.
104.9, and that shit took off on the radio. And it was next thing you know, he's on Universal. Universal gave him that big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and we hit the road.
Man, where is Homie Marco? You heard from him?
Homie is he's running a station in San Antonio. He did that for years, and I think he just came back to Houston. But Homie is definitely one of the guys responsible for helping that whole movement, you know, because he would play, you know, the Latin hip hop back then, you know what I mean, on the station. That's not me.
Uh.
Yeah, but Homie Marco would Homie would, you know, he definitely would be at all those concerts. I mean, all those clubs doing the bikini contest. So
Mm-hmm.
it was weird for me to see all those Mexicans just going crazy in bikini contests. Because I was coming from California, and if you was like a stripper and shit back then, you was either a dope fiend or, you know what I mean, or getting pimped out. You know what I mean? It wasn't no
Right.
like regular fine ass girls being strippers. It was either some dope fiend shit, you know what I'm saying, or some pimped out shit.
Right.
When I came out here, it's like, man, just average, just normal chicks, you know what I'm saying, stripping and shit. And I was like, damn, they're kind of like cool over here. Got their own shit going on, and that's what it was. I was jumped into that culture, and I was like, damn. And Houston got me, you know what I'm saying? SPM was like, "You got to stay. Wiggy Wiggy's ahead. You got to stay." So I stayed.